Hey Guitar Ninjas, in today's video we're going to have a look at the 5-string minor pentatonic scale. Now this is my own unique way of looking at this. It's a little bit different to the conventional way. Most people with their minor pentatonic look at 5 shapes and learn those individually and put them together. However, if we did this with every single scale that exists, we would have hundreds if not thousands of shapes we would need to learn. Therefore instead what I tend to do is start each scale by looking at the first position, so starting on the root note on the 6th string, and then what I consider the 5-string position, where we find the root note on the A on the 5th string and run the scale from that place. After that I then look at ways of connecting the two scales together. So this is the 5-string minor pentatonic scale. Basically the pentatonic scale with the root note starting on the 5th string or the A string. In this video we're going to have a look at the scale in the key of F. So we're going to come all the way up to 8th fret on our guitar. Now I've picked F because it's in a position we can still do on classical and acoustic guitars, but once we've got used to going down we can then connect it with our 6th string or our first position shape. So the first thing we need to do is find that root note. So we're going to find an F which is on the 8th fret of the 5th string. So before we start this, you should already know your first position of the 6th string minor pentatonic. The reason for this is I'm going to run through a couple of things fairly quick, assuming that you already know that shape. If you don't, go check that shape out now. So we're starting here on the 8th fret of the 5th string, and we're going to run down the pentatonic shape as though this was our 6th string, and run down from there. The problem you have here is when we reach the 2nd string, we've got a difference in tuning. So we can't just run down as we normally would, but instead we have to step up a fret, and then step back when we go down to the 1st string. So we get this shape. Now sometimes I'll use my 2nd finger, and sometimes I'll just bring my hand in and back. Because we've moved the whole shape from here down 1 string, when we come here, we would be playing 2 more notes on a higher pitch string if we had it. Okay, so let's do the same exercises with this one that we've done with the 6th string. So we're going to go down, skipping a string, and then going back to the string we skipped. Remember that step in could throw you off, and then in reverse as well. The most common places to be tripped up is either not stepping in from the B, once you've stepped in not going back on the E, or when coming back up the scale, remembering to do 11th on the 5th string instead of 10th. They're the most common mistakes. So again, step in, step back, and then when we come up, we've got to keep up, step back, then little finger on the 5th string. So, with that, doing our string skip. Now if you remember from the 6th string shape, our next exercise is down 4 notes, start from the 2nd note and go down 4. Start from the 3rd note and go down 4, and continue that pattern. And back. It's a bit of a tricky exercise, but give it a go. So before we move on, I want you to be nice and comfortable with this 5-string minor pentatonic shape, because we're about to take the 5-string and the 6-string shapes and link them together. So make sure you're nice and comfortable with both the 6 and 5 by themselves. Okay, so to link these shapes together. So the first thing we need to do is make sure you're comfortable with your 6-string and your 5-string shape. So the 6-string, first position of the minor pentatonic scale, we did a lesson in G, that's on 3rd fret, but we're going to do this in F today. So we need to take that same shape and put it into the 1st fret. So that would give us this run. Then we've got our 5-string shape, which is going to be then all the way up on 8. We need to find those few notes that we can use to connect these. Now we're going to do this the easiest way to start with, and that's by running down the 6-string shape, following the notes on the high E, and then coming back up the 5-string shape so we can keep this connected. So this would be the run we're about to do. And then back. The first thing is that 6-string shape that we should already know, starting on the 1st fret. So 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4. Now to connect to our next scale shape, we need to follow up a tone. So that's going to bring us to 6. Another tone, and that's brought us up to 8. Now this is the lowest pitch note on the strings of the 5 strings. So we're going to come up 3 more with our little finger, and then come back to 8th with our 1st finger, so we can start running up that 5-string shape. So again, down the 6-string shape as normal, then up a tone, up another tone, up 3 semitones, and then back now with our 1st finger to the previous note on 8th. And that starts us running up the 5-string shape. We can then do that in reverse. So if we go down the 5-string shape, then we're going to go back to playing 8th, 6th, 4th, 1st, mixing our 5-string and 6-string shape with just a few notes on the high E. Have a go at that by itself. I think that's probably enough for one video lesson. As always with these lesson videos, there is tab to go along with these. There'll be links in the description, or it'll be available around this video somewhere. So please check that out if you need guidance. And if you've got any questions or pointers you want to throw at me, then by all means comment or message, let me know, and I will get back to you as soon as I can.